So simply I have written algorithm means step by step, otherwise sequence of instructions. Sequence of instructions. Simply I have written to solve a given problem. Okay, that is the algorithm. Otherwise called pseudocode. That is called pseudocode. Now we need to create algorithm. We need a sequence of instructions. Now let us write the sequence of instruction. DSA, data structure and algorithm. So we are writing algorithm, sequence of instruction we are going to write to solve this a problem. So what is data structure? Now this is the data structure. This is the data structure. So this is which type of data structure? It comes under abstract data type. It comes under abstract type data structure. Okay, abstract type data. What is abstract data type? So it is a complex data structure built with the help of primitive data type. What are primitive data? This is primitive data. The integer is a primitive. This is float is a primitive. Boolean is a primitive. This string is not primitive. The complex is primitive. So abstract data type structure will be created with the help of all the primitive data type. Okay, so I told you that what is the use of data structure? Use data structure used to store data. Okay, so this is a data array is a data structure. It is a array means as list in Python. So used to store data. I have used different multiple values. Okay, if I use simply x is equal 5, what is the mean? What x is equal 6? What is the meaning of it? Is what it is what primitive data type structure. Primitive data structure. Primitive data structure. But this is abstract data structure. So use it to store multiple values. Now data structure, as per my statement, use it to store data. Okay, algorithm use it to solve a problem. The sequence of it. Now to find a smallest value, already I have briefed here. It is very simple. But as a programmer, if you want to write, because they have written their algorithm. So as a programmer, you write your algorithm. That is better, na? So first we will write the algorithm. First word. This is the to find a small value. So first algorithm, step 1, create an array. So we have created first step, array created, then what? To find a small value, every time these values to be compared. So every time first take first value and store in one variable. That variable we need to find what is smallest value. So create a variable named as smallest value, small minimum value, otherwise minimum value, min value. Okay, that variable, create a variable named as min value, assign to what? First value is what? Assigned to first value of what? First value of array, array. Okay, Next, second instruction. See, step by step algorithm I am writing. Next is what? As per this create an array we have created. Okay, this create a variable named as min val, assign it to first value of array. As per this create a variable min val is a variable and assign this to first value. This is the first value, so assign this arr 0. 0 means what? Whatever the value stored at this 0 index, this is the value. This is equal to first value stored in this variable as per your this. Next what? We can't write 1. Why? If we write 1 means what happen? At 1 index this value will be taken and that will be stored, assigned. We need to check back from 0 index. That's why always we need to take is 0. Now next what? Next you need to create. Next instruction is what? Go every time to array. Go every time to array. Every time loop goes to here array and take value, compare with whom? Compare with minimum value. So go every time to array. Every time go and take a value and compare that value with the min value. So this, for this we will write go every time loop will be used for loop. Okay, go every time to array and take value, store the value in a variable. This is and compare. Okay, compare with minimum value. Minimum value is what? This is a variable. So go every time to array and take value every time it goes and take first value. It starts the journey at first value. Store the value in a variable. So every time it, so that variable name you keep any variable I, otherwise x, otherwise your name Vasu, there is no any problem. So this loop looks for what? Looks in which data structure? That's why we will use in keyword. It looks in which data structure? We have created array. What is that array name? ARR. And then colon, syntax, as per syntax, colon. Now every time go array, every time go to array and take a value. So store that value in a variable. It stores in this variable and compare whatever the value stored in this variable to minimal value. Okay, so comparison. So if I am for the comparison I am writing if statement. If Vasu, whatever the value stored in Vasu is less than, comparison means less than, greater than, I am using here. Because why I am using greater than, smaller than? Because I want to get minimum value, I want to smallest value. So whatever the value stored in this variable, it goes first time and takes the 10 and store in this variable. And now this variable whatever stored in this Vasu, if it is less than what? Your this variable min value, then colon, it is syntax, colon is syntax. Then now what happened? Next algorithm, next step, comparison done. As per this algorithm step by step instruction, go every time to array and take a value, store the value in a variable.